Welcome back to FIFA 19, and today we're going to be rounding off the chapter 2 for Danny.
All right. So, what kind of shenanigans you can get into this time?
Yeah, rounding off some of the Champions League fixtures. In this case, Cardiff going to Turkey to face Shakhtar Donetsk. Actually, no, I don't think it's Turkey. Sorry.
Will we find ourselves reminded yet again how much he hates his brother?
And the feeling is reciprocated.
Shakhtar Donetsk is based in Ukraine, not Turkey, so I got it wrong. So yeah, last game is all to play for. We're already through anyway, so.
Oh, Cortex power. Oh, the remake version.
Yeah.
Remember to have better quality.
Well,
not all across the board, but for this one at least.
Okay. It's not so much that it's better quality for that one, it's just that it's a different form of quality here and there. Like I said,
I know it lacks the bass and all.
Like I said, the Crash Bandicoot soundtrack, original versus remake, is one of those cases where the original does have a lot of gems that were better in the original and unfortunately lose the punch they had in the remake. Temple Ruins
Again, they tried to make it fit more along with the tracks from 2 and 3, and some of it just didn't translate very well.
I love Cortex's theme in the remake of Crash 1.
Oh yeah, okay. If there's one thing they got right for every remake in that trilogy, it was Cortex's boss theme remixes, especially the third one.
I would have loved if they somehow remixed the Japanese themes, but what did they do?
Yeah, sadly the Japanese localizations of the remakes were half-assed, to say the least. For both Crash and Spyro remake was. Like, goddamn.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, Joe, but Spyro didn't get a Japanese localization.
Well,
the Reignited trilogy didn't, anyway.
That's
because of how Bad 1 and 2 translated over there.
You mean with Spyro literally being called Ripto?
No. The Ripto thing, that's just how the Japanese text looked for Spyro.
Look like the kanji, you know.
Yeah, the main problem with Spyro 1 and 2 in Japan was less so how slowly Spyro moved, but more so the camera.
Well, again, gee, what a shock. The Japanese versions of the games, which were absolutely screwed up the rear end with how they performed, didn't sell that well. I mean, gee, it's like, hey guys, if I set something on fire, it'll burn. Kind of a self-fulfilled prophecy.
Well, when we get to the Japanese versions of Spyro 1 and 2, I'll go into a bit more detail.
Oh yes, there is more.
I mean, thank you for making that sacrifice, I guess.
I still got to get Japanese Spyro 2, though.
So here's the question. Will that be better or worse than playing Enter the Dragonfly?
I'd say worse, probably.
Better.
Wow.
Wait, really?
Okay.
Okay, put it this way, Shioi. I can at least play a good version of 1 and 2. There is no good Enter the Dragonfly.
So Shioi says worse.
I know what you're gonna say. How come you're saying that for Spyro, yet you hate Sonic Genesis the most out of all the Sonic games? Well, it's because of how Sonic Genesis was so broken in every aspect, not just controls.
Oh no, I thought we were asking not which one is in better or worse in general, but like which of the two is going to be worse to record. I thought that's what we were asking.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was asking.
Oh, and I got
Enter the Dragonfly or the Japanese Spyro.
Well, once it's not you getting the yellow card.
Well, they don't get a yellow card either. The ref's just
no, but you know that's what I mean. You know, the penalty is not something you did.
That's recording, Shioi. Remember, I do have a Japanese PS1, and I do have Spyro 1 Japanese on disc.
Alright.
I just don't have Spyro 2 yet.
Can you imagine if one of us was insane enough to do a completionist run of Crash Bandicoot 4 for the channel?
Joe, I'm already doing Wrath of Cortex.
I would rather stub my toe.
Wow. Oh, okay, so Dwibs, you're gonna do a completionist run of Wrath of Cortex.
Well, no, I don't do a completionist run of anything.
Hence my point. Although, you know the sad thing? I would actually rather do a completionist run of F of Cortex than I would with Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Because Crash 4 has this weird Crash 4 has this weird thing of, oh, I recommend the game, but I spend 70% of the video listing all the cons.
Yeah, that's kind of the okay. It's like Cataract.
That's one thing I've never understood in certain reviews.
Okay. I think
sometimes sometimes people enjoy actually playing bad games.
Okay,
you spend 2/3 of it. You spend 2/3 of it listing all the bad stuff.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like you enjoyed it that much. So
well, if anything, that's a better point, Dwibs. You know, enjoying a product despite its flaws.
Also, Dwibs.
Despite, but it sounded like there were a lot of flaws.
Okay, Dwibs, if you'll allow me. I think Cataract put it best, though. Yes, the base game is incredibly fun. The thing is that if you're trying to complete that game, get ready for an odyssey of pain and misery, because unfortunately completing the game is not that fun, which brings us up to a good debate here. Should we judge a game based off of how fun the basing is, or, you know, proper completing the thing, because completing a game is part of the experience with it. And unfortunately, if you choose to complete the game, the majority of your time is going to be put into completing that game. And mind you, this is a game that both Catechris and Gerard the Flipping Completionist refused to complete to the umpteenth degree.
Wait, but I thought Catechris did.
No, okay, that's the thing, Troy. Like with the completionist, he stopped at the purple dev relics. He just couldn't.
Oh, okay.
And again, consider this. This is Catechris, the guy who made a video about getting all the platinum relics in every Crash game. He could not.
Or at least claiming
all
to.
All the Crash games that had them.
Well, to be fair to you, he did show actual proof that he got
which could have been easily from a PC and an emulator or something. That really didn't prove anything, Jova.
Oh boy, we're going X-Files on this. But regardless, though, Catechris is a Crash Bandicoot nut, though. So the fact that he would not go to that length to try and even complete Crash Bandicoot 4, you know, after getting the 106% ending says a lot. And again,
like it's kind of his whole thing, you know, like I wouldn't be surprised if he did legit do it. So
like he loves Crash that much here and there. And so, but that's basically the thing, Dwibs. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is a great game at its core. The problem is, like, well, it felt like...
Especially when one of his points was, you know, the price tag.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's clear that
That's what confused me the most. You're saying most of the price tag is mostly going towards the completion of stuff which you hate, and yet you recommend the game.
Well, okay, to be fair...
Because it's still a good game at its core.
Yeah,
but again, his point was you're spending most of your money on the completionist stuff. I'm like, it doesn't sound like glowing recommendation material.
Well, that is actually up to your personal judgment, Dwibs.
Yeah.
But again, if you're so willing to not take it for granted on one way, well, that goes for the other.
Not only that, but to his...
That's the thing, you don't have to complete a game if you don't want to.
Not only that, but to his credit, Catechris did say that he does suspect that the reason, you know, all this extra fluff for completing the game is there was to try and quote-unquote justify the full price point with which Crash 4 is. And even he himself did admit that, you know, if you're not really in this game for that, to wait for a price decrease. Like
which is what I'll probably do, because I've never cared about completing Crash games, ever.
And gee, what a shock.
Which probably won't be a thing for the Switch version.
Well, actually, Dwibs, ironically, the Switch version is lower priced than the initial release. Surprising.
I wouldn't want to play it on Switch.
I don't think it matters much as I'm getting the PS5 upgrade anyway.
But yeah, look. Again, that's just the thing with Crash 4, though. It is also a sad caveat here, because, again, I do like the game, but goddammit, if you're wanting to, like, get your money's worth for it, I can't recommend getting it full price. Which is a shame, because, you know, oftentimes that's what Activision are looking at. The sales and nothing else.
Especially the first week sales.
Yeah.
Well, don't most companies do that? Especially the really big ones.
Let me put it like this. Activision tend to be...
What's next?
The Totally Real Tango League tournaments.
So Alex and Danny are hanging out now. So let me guess. Danny gets mad at Alex because one of his staff members hung up on him.
No, he just wants a trailer.
So what was the point of that scene then?
line, is this not LA?
Danny, I'm sorry. I don't know who said you would have a trailer.
Oh, you're sorry?
Ignore him. He's just having you on, alright? Doesn't know how to shut it off.
Huh.
Oh.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, hilarious.
That was awkward.
Hilarious.
Funny.
You guys know each other?
Hey, boys.
No.
Oh, what's up, mate? I didn't know they had.
Yeah, what Daddy said.
Yeah,
Who's this
man, one
guy?
of the boss skills at these events. It's fun to watch. Plus, I pick up,
I'm sorry.
That accent.
Should we know you?
Danny Williams.
Ah, the Williams. I play with your big brother Terry at UV.
Oh.
Trains like he plays.
Yeah, he's a tough player.
Again, mate, I know you've only just met him, but first lesson, don't bring his brother up in front of him.
We'll present
I guess to
the
be
Like,
fair.
seriously, all of a sudden now everyone cares about Danny's brother.
Okay. To his credit, he doesn't know, but Dwibs is bring a point. Nearly every time anyone interacts with Danny, it's either about Alex or his brother.
It's like a family's version of a Bagdale test.
Yeah, well, what's next? Is are they going to get Mike Wazowski every time he goes into a picture?
Oh, can you imagine?
I don't believe it. I'm on a magazine cover.
With Trev's brother! I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning his brother.
Well, again, we'll get to it later on. Anyway, welcome to Chapter 3 for everybody.
Alright.
Okay, then.
Alright, so have a look through. Just found footage of my granddad's 100th career goal online. Thank you, Internet.
Wait, wasn't that what we saw at the start of the game?
Remember, the story at some point had us watch. Remember the beginning when we played that match?
Yeah. Against
That was when they
Gareth's...
found the footage.
Again, against Gareth's grandfather.
Oh, key decision.
Alright.
Oh, key decision. Ah, let me guess. If you didn't choose her design, she's more cold and standoffish.
I don't know, actually.
Well, I can imagine that might be the outcome.
Since they mentioned key decision.
We have reservations at La Torre.
What?
Oh no. I totally forgot.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Really?
No time?
Family first.
Madrid. You know what? We must take you sometime.
Alex, may I have a word?
No.
You are showing feeling towards your family. I do not
How
like that.
dare you?
That isn't very capitalist of you.
It means getting exposure. It means being in the right places with the
That's
right
not very cash money.
Okay, is my middle finger towards you at the right place at the right time?
You know, girl, it's possible for him to be a family man and be a showman as well.
But no, Joe, how dare you say that? It shows weakness.
And I know
Also, like, if it's really that important, why can't the mother come along? Question mark.
I mean, she
And
literally...
also, about what Alex said about the logo, if you decide a better one, maybe I would have picked yours.
dinner's ready.
Be right there, Mum.
See? Family first.
It's a poor firm.
Alex, I can only do this with your help.
Why does that sound like a very failed threat?
Gracias.
I can't
The whole
constantly
kid's
say-
gone hostage already.
You know, Alex, maybe getting into Real Madrid was not such a good idea.
Eh.
Just
Also, you're really
Not
gonna
having
come
an
great.
into,
intro.
you're really gonna come into the guy's own house and say all this in front of his mother.
Delivery into the box.
Apparently.
For perfection, nothing less.
Rude.
Oh, I know this one. Ah, fuck.
It sounds familiar.
Spyro?
The battlefield from Chrono Trigger. There you go.
Oh. Huh, I didn't know you were a fan, Dwibs.
I'm not. I just, and then again, I needed to branch out a bit, so I thought, Chrono Trigger, why not?
Neat.
By the way, I think it's on hiatus at the moment, but the channel who did the Undertale musical is doing your Chrono Trigger one, and so far it's very good.
Wait. The Chrono Trigger musical is on hiatus? I thought they finished that.
No, I think it's on hiatus.
Ah.
I think they're continuing with it soon.
They're right now doing Kid Icarus musical bites. Sadly,
Yeah.
none of the songs have been the boss theme. Well, the first boss theme with lyrics.
I think they tend to pick a lot of songs for the bites that not a lot of people would expect.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I should let you know. We're going to go over to Danny now. I know it says recommended Kim Hunter, but I'm going over to Danny because I like his story better. Plus,
Not to
there's an
mention,
important-
again, Kim is so far ahead anyway.
plus there's an important cutscene coming up.
But you didn't know that, did you? Since this is a blind playthrough.
Well, now I know. But yeah, I could. What I have to do is just skim along the YouTube timeline bar, and I can catch a little preview.
Well, I mean, you couldn't have known that while you were recording this.
That's
I
what
knew
he
it was happening
mentioning.
at some point. I just didn't know when. But first, let's have a look at our Twitter account.
The Clickster account.
It just says social.
Yes, my favorite, piece of internet media, social.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's right next to video website.
What is this goggle site, as well as this question site? Or
I
this...
thought Goggle was a person.
Oh, Danny seems to have found his dream house.
You're not reading that thing again, are you?
Oh, hey, Ringo, you're a thing.
Michael's mate's knocked another 2.5 off. How many times do I have to tell you? All your serious money's tied up long term. It's a non-starter.
I really hope the story isn't hinting at something heavy to fall with this.
I bet you do.
Again with this fucking house.
You're short of clients, aren't you, pal? The commission's not what they used to be.
Do you want to say that again? Yeah, I've tried working with this cowboy.
A cowboy?
Wait.
I'm not the one who's been dropped by every client he's ever had. You're just lucky Danny's such a good guy.
Also, this accent.
Wait. Are you implying that Michael's the one who's dropped his
Look at this
clients?
guy's history.
Weird.
Well, remember, Alex left him because Michael's doing all that
I'm looking after
crazy
your
shit.
Oh, I know. No. But what Ringo's...
So, what are we gonna do? Side with Michael or side with Ringo?
I'm gonna go with Michael.
Really?
Ringo is tough. It does nothing but bitching for the entire time.
Huh, apparently Dwibs agreed with you.
Mate, it would be a good idea to take a quick look at the books, yeah? Maybe we can move some money around and, and then we can get the house, because it's a really great deal. Are you seriously going to listen to this guy? After
Okay,
every deal he's messed
what
up,
I'm confused by is his implication that Michael has dropped all of his clients. Like, wouldn't the better thing to imply that all of his clients have dropped him?
He said his clients dropped him.
Came out weird-wise.
You know what, forget it. You two deserve each other. I'm out, pal.
Okay, Ringo, is there some hidden secret history that you're not telling us that might help if you do tell us?
Bye then.
That just happened.
Yes, it did.
Huh. I swear, if it turns out Michael is messing up yet again...
This club plays as a unit, and the core is strong team
But
play.
football waits for no man.
So let's sharpen up our ball movement, all right?
Oh, Janova.
Oh, nice. The original.
Well, I mean, we just had a tense situation, so why not tense
But
music?
Dwibs, I thought you didn't like the original Final Fantasy VII themes.
I still don't. It's just the track itself is fine.
Well, in that case, I would have recommended you the remix done for the Dissidia games.
Yeah, honestly, it's fine. We're using the original.
Oh, no, I know. I was just, telling from Dwibs' perspective.
Yeah, half the time it does kind of sound like Nobu Uematsu just did those armpit farts and put that into the music.
I don't hear it.
Me neither, to be honest.
It's just for those little sharp trumpet bits.
Again, as a musical professional, I don't hear it.
And I'm gonna take Joe's opinion over yours, Dwibs, sorry.
One of you really stood out.
Wait, which one of us stood out? It could be any of us.
Don't worry,
Could be one of
Dwibs.
the reserve team members.
It's not Knives Out. Nobody is secretly killing the others.
I don't know. Let's check who has iPhones.
Yeah, because remember...
It's Apple's weird policy.
Remember, Apple don't want any villains using their tech because then people would think that they're evil.
What about those morally ambiguous movies?
Well, then if somebody has an iPhone, that means that they're on the right.
No, those people need a BlackBerry.
Well, I mean, why not? No one really cares about breathing.
Ouch.
Are those even a thing anymore?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, actually.
Don't think so. Oh yeah, Kim's watching the best clip ever, a still image.
Oops.
She really likes the background.
Seriously, at least Alex's phone moves.
Alright, let's see what Kim's up to.
Everyone's talking about the USA's last victory.
Very nice.
First, more trading.
Yay.
I also call this the training part.
Tackle hard, tackle clean, tackle often.
You got that, Dwibs?
I've got 2 of the 3.
Okay, I don't recognize this one.
I think this is the Sonic and the Black Knight track. I think.
Is this Titanic Plains? Oh god, I remember this one, but I don't remember which level it's from. I think it might be from the not Lava Reef Zone or from the Castle Zone. But yeah, this is definitely a Black Knight track.
A very good session today, but it needs to be said. Kim Hunter put on a clinic. Awesome.
How come she's the only one you ever praise?
Because she's the one that performs the best.
But she's the one who literally cost us training after she messed up.
She wins the games, didn't she?
Manager likes what she's been seeing from the both of you.
Uh-oh, do I sense a rivalry?
But now we're moving into the knockout rounds, and it takes a certain kind of maturity to play under that.
They're both getting good, Sybil.
Gotcha, coach.
Of course, coach. I'll be ready.
Imagine, the girl gets booted off the team, and so she resorts to going to the enemy team, and her transformation to the dark side is complete, and Kim realizes that she has lost her friend. And yes, Dwibs, I know, that would basically be Gareth all over again, but still.
Except it would be impossible in this case, considering under the laws of football, once you've played for a international team, you can't go to another one.
Dwibs, it's FIFA the Journey. Are you implying that they wouldn't find a way to have something kooky like that happen?
No, they wouldn't.
Debatable. Let's not forget that.
I mean, for the most part, they have kept to within somewhat of a, again, I stress, somewhat of a football realism.
Again,
yes, this is a world where you can get relegated and lose everything you have to your rivals just about 30 miles the other way, but still.
Let's not forget, Dwibs, the whole Gareth scenario in the first game.
Why do you think Gareth isn't here?
Just to suffer.
But anyway, join us in the next part where we get started in earnest with all the chapter 3s of the game.
See ya.
See ya.